Hey, I'm Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries, and I wanted to check in with you all in regards to the current energy. Okay, so today's Wednesday, but if you come across this message any other time after, later in the evening, even a year or two from now, if YouTube is still up 3 to 5 years from now, a message will be here. You will not miss it, okay? So whatever is meant for you, always rest assured it will be there for you, all right? So I want to tap in, but of course, I do my prayer, okay? And you do whatever resonates with you. And it's just to set the intentions so that I'm open and able to receive the messages, first of all, and being able to interpret those messages, because sometimes I get pictures, like images, scenes of certain things, even smells, words, or what have you. And I have to decipher those things and use discernment as far as what to release, what to hold back. So that takes a lot of energy, okay? And I'm a channeler, so I'm channeling all these messages. Some of them are coming from your guides, your ancestors. Some of them are coming from higher dimensions. And I have to be in a good space to receive those messages, okay? I also do a prayer, because I always set the tone as far as what I receive and what I'm setting the boundaries on what I'm not going to receive, okay? So that's like, discernment, spiritual protection, what have you, to be able to make sure my protection game is on point, okay? Always, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do my prayer, and then we're gonna get into it, all right? Some of your ancestors, some of your guides are actually wanting you to do libations, okay? So with libations, if you're not familiar, you're basically pouring out water. Usually some people pour out wine or some alcoholic beverage like liquor or whatever. And, you pour it out. Some, they may do whatever resonates, but I'm just seeing a libation being done and pouring out, right? And usually when it's an ancestor or a guide asking for this, especially if it's an ancestor, they're wanting you to call out those names that you want to give honor to or show some form of reverence, okay? So, whether you're calling out the ancestors that you know of, you know what I mean? And then you pour and then you say Ashe, okay? Or whatever resonates with you, but that's what I'm seeing for some of you, that you need to pour libations, honor your ancestors, honor your guides that take those or accept those libations, okay? Okay, so one of your ancestors I'm seeing it's a message for someone to let you know that they want cherry pie, and I'm also seeing red velvet. Okay, so one of your ancestors that have crossed over, it may be a dessert that you are familiar with already, you know who that is, or it may be something that you need to hear as far as your altar or what have you. But I'm hearing specifically cherry pie, and I see also red velvet, okay? All right, let's see what else. Okay, so I heard the term Canaanite, like Canaan. So if you're familiar with the Bible, that is a location. I mean, those are a group of people. So if that resonates with you, I don't know what it pertains to, but I heard it, so I wanted to share it. But it's in the Bible. Excuse me. And I'm here in Jerusalem too. So those words, those places are of some form of significance for someone. And who knows, it may actually tie in as far as the message that I need to share with you all, okay? So let's see, Spirit. Okay, so the energy that I'm getting as far as what type of messages I'm going to share pertains to what you need to hear. Okay, so the messages that you need to hear right now, here they are. All right, so let's see, Spirit, what do I need to use, or do I need to channel? Okay, so it's a message for someone. I'm hearing Ishtar. Specifically, I'm being told to address Ishtar as the Lady Ishtar. Okay, excuse me. And I know that is connected to like spring-like energy, that deity, like Easter. But I'm hearing a message in fertility. I'm hearing a message specifically that someone will be expecting in May. Okay, someone will be expecting in May. So springtime energy, I'm getting May. Okay. And Ishtar, I believe, is connected to the Easter type energy, as well as spring, fertility, motherhood, goddess, that type of energy. Okay. So let me know if that end up happening for you. Let me know. Let me know. Um, Spirit, how do you want me to move? Let's see. I always like going to Barberi when I want to hear the crowning energy. Okay, and I'm hearing govern. Govern what? I was waiting for an earth element. Okay. So I knew there was going to be an earth element. Bottom is Jupiter. Okay. What deals with expansion, right? Good fortune. And expansion deals with whatever you got going on. So if it's you got positive vibration, you're positive thinking, higher vibration, you get more of it, right? If you're in a lower vibration or negative energy, you're going to get more of that. Okay, so always remember that as far as Jupiter energy. So Mercury came out. So that's where that govern your mouth, like being mindful of the words that you say, the words that come out of your mouth, like how you express yourself. Some of you need to be mindful of how you communicate. Mercury came out, okay? Sun came out, Scorpio as well as Virgo. The Scorpio card is in regards to I desire or I create. And Virgo is about I analyze. Mercury is about communication, education. It's also connected with Gemini and Virgo. It rules those particular signs. But I'm hearing that you need to be mindful of the form of communication that you have. The way you communicate can set the tone for the path that you're on or that you will take. So if you're in a funk, if you're in a negative vibration, if you are speaking ill will towards anyone or against anyone, or as well as yourself, more than likely it's going to impact you in some form of manner. Okay, so if you are feeling negative about your current situation, like, guard your mouth, like, be mindful of what you say. I know we can't control every single thought that goes on in our head, but those thoughts that are ruminating, that are circulating in your brain and you're pondering on and you're just obsessing over, Spirit is asking you to even have control over that. I know some of you have heard of the scripture, and I'm really paraphrasing, but as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you are thinking certain things, it's like your body, your whole situation doesn't have a choice but to fall in line to what you think and what you believe. Okay, so be mindful of the words that you express. Be mindful of how you talk or communicate with others. Like, ensure that you're not communicating harshly or without tact, as far as people that you love and you have some form of endearment. And it's okay to be raw, be in touch with your feelings, and be transparent and authentic. That's fine. But it's the way you say things at times. You gotta be careful with that, okay? So I'm really feeling a high sensitivity in regards to that. Some of you may have children that you need to be mindful of how you communicate with them, because you can really hurt them. Even if they may not express it, if they may not communicate it with you, it will show. If you tap in and if you pay attention, their energy will change towards you. You don't want their hearts to be cold or callous, or, their confidence to be down because they feel like they're not good enough, or they don't um, measure up to your standards, or whatever, measure up to even obtain love from people. They feel like they're not lovable. You do not want your children to go on that path. And I'm seeing that it is very close with some of you all, as far as how you communicate with your children and just with people in general, that it can really impact them. Okay, so just be mindful of that. You can't erase the past. If it's happened and you said something that was foul, or you said something that was out the way, you know what I mean, and harsh, you can't do nothing about it. You can apologize for it if you truly feel like you messed up, you know what I mean, but make the necessary changes to be mindful of that. Make the necessary changes so that it's not always a thing. Well, I'm sorry, but there's no correction to the behavior. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so the sun, I like to touch the cards to get messages as well. So the sun is about your passion. Okay. Sun is about your passion. This is what I'm getting. So some of you are very creative. You're very gifted. Okay. And I'm also getting a very acute awareness, I'm hearing. Okay. That you're basically, your stuff, and you know what you possess. You know that what you have is very special, whether it's a gift, whether it's a talent, you know what I mean? And you're really like tapped in. So it's like a thing where you're very confident, you're very bold at this time. You may feel like you can take it up a notch as far as putting yourself out there, you know what I mean? Whether you're a business owner, whether you're employed, it doesn't matter. You're really letting your light shine at this moment, okay? Some of you may experience some heightened abilities as far as your intuitive capabilities or your intuitive abilities. I'm seeing that some of you like you're hearing clearer. You're hearing the messages that you hear, they're like very clear, like to the point where it seems like the messages that you hear are coming from another human being, even though you know that these are like messages from other dimensions, your guides or what have you. It really legit feels like someone is actually talking in your ear. So you may actually feel that even the like the sensations of someone actually in your ear, and you probably look around like, what in the world? You know what I mean? Like, who was that? Like, I know I ain't tripping, but it's really like a heightened sense of your gifts, as far as your abilities, to hear. You get what I'm saying? And not just hear like another human being. It's like other dimensions, your guides, your ancestors, people that have crossed over. You know what I mean? You're able to tap in. And not only that, some of you are really connected to plants and actually communicate with plants, okay? And you'll be like, you communicate with plants to the point where you can tell when they're sad, you can tell when they need more sun, and not just by looking at them leaning over, like the leaves turning brown. You can actually sense their energy and know and pick up on the what they need, like know what they need. Okay. Aquarius wanted to come out earlier, and they're all about I know. Okay. And so with that I know energy, I'm seeing that you're growing more confident in your abilities and you're not questioning them like you used to. Even if you may not understand everything at this moment, you're able to say, you know what, I don't get it, but I got it. You know what I mean? Like, you may not know the next steps, but you hearing, you listening, you get what I'm saying? And you're really just really putting on a brave face, because you know that the messages that you've been getting are real. They hold value. You know what I'm saying? They hold weight. And you're going to keep listening because you realize that as long as you keep listening, you're going to always be guided. You're going to always get the answer, and you won't be lost. So that's good. That's very good. I'm also hearing, though, don't be overzealous, though. Okay, it's okay to be ambitious, but try not to be overexert your energy, or force things to work. They will work in the manner that they need to work. So you put in the actions, the necessary actions to do whatever you need to do. But after that, you can't force connections. You can't force people to do anything. Nor can you speed up time or a process. If it will come in due time. So just be patient, okay? That's all I'm hearing for the sun. Scorpionic energy here. Okay, so with the Scorpionic energy, I'm hearing that everything is not what you perceive. So, say for instance, I'm seeing it two different situations. So say for instance, you feel very confident about your talents or your gifts, or you know you got this in the bag as far as whatever project or whatever you're working on, and you like, I ain't worried about it. I got this. And you're gonna go full, you know, full fledged, like within uh your passions or what have you, right? But the confidence is there. That's good. But in this situation that I'm seeing, you may experience some hiccups like in the road. You may kind of trip up a little bit. You may not have been fully prepared. And then you're gonna find yourself like going back to the drawing board and like rethinking some things because you moved too fast and took action on something that kind of needed to unfold a little bit slower than what you were trying to make it, unfold. Okay. So I'm seeing it in that instance. And I'm also seeing it in another situation where if you are wanting something and you really want it to go a certain direction and you can't really see it happening any other way, because your mind is made up on how it needs to be in order for it to be successful or to go as planned. There's a sense of inflexibility in this type of situation, and I'm seeing that in this particular situation, you're getting what you want. Okay, at the end of the day, you're gonna get what you want, but you gotta relax. You gotta let go of control. You gotta get out of your head and not try to control every step of the way, because spirit has a bigger and better plan than what you even realize. And in a greater sense, it's like the way spirit is showing me how it's supposed to unfold for you is far easier, and it may even seem quicker, but because you can't wrap your head around it being any different than how it needs to be in your eyes, you're not slowing the progress, but that resistance there is just not good. So I strongly encourage you to, once you set the intentions, once you do your share of whatever needs to be done, let that go and allow spirit to take over and do what needs to be done, because I'm seeing that it's going to come a different way. It's going to happen a different way than what you expect or what you anticipate. And to not reject it, because you're going to get it. Like, you're going to get what you want. It's just not going to come in the manner that you expect. So relax, set your intentions, do the work you need to do, and go from there. Okay? You're not going to mess up. You're not going to miss it. There's nothing even what you can do to even for that even to happen. Okay? So don't even get caught up within that mind state of, oh snap, did I mess it up, or am I going to have this, is it going to be enough, and all of that. Don't try to figure out all that stuff. You set the intentions. You said you want certain things to happen in your life. You're ready for progress. You're ready for divine connections, better situations or circumstances or whatever. You said all that, right? You're doing the work energetically. You know what I'm saying? You're listening to spirit when spirit asks you or tells you to move a certain direction or to take action on something or whatever. You're doing that. So now all you got to do is just not worry about the rest, because the rest is being handled. You just don't see it in the physical yet. Okay? So just trust a little bit more. Trust spirit and know that everything is working out in your favor. Okay? Assure yourself, assure your subconscious, like, in order for your subconscious to see a different way energetically, to see another path. The intelligence is not there to decipher whether something is good or bad as far as your subconscious, because whatever program you have, I know this may not be a word, but I'm hearing habitualize. Okay, so whatever habits that you've been putting in place for yourself, for your life, it has no choice but to record within your subconscious programming. So the habits that you are doing right now, this day, like in 10 years probably prior, all of that is being recorded, it's being documented within your subconscious, whether you know it or not. So it doesn't get erased, right? So in order for it to be in a new programming, you got to start establishing better habits. You got to start treating yourself better. You got to put yourself at a higher standard of living than what you've been doing as far as how you treat yourself. Okay? And so in order for you to have a shift in what you see and what you get, you gotta reprogram your subconscious. And how you do that is every day you hold yourself accountable to and be disciplined to establish new habits. Okay, whether it's supplements, nutrition, whether it's exercise, whether it's going for walks and going in other neighborhoods, seeing something positive, or where you aspire to be, go in those neighborhoods, drive in those neighborhoods, shop at those stores, go to those restaurants and treat yourself every now and then. You know what I mean? Go and get your nails done or get a pedi or whatever. And this is men or women, you know what I mean? Go and deal with those things that, how can I say, that you need to finally deal with, like their traumas, you know what I'm saying? The circumstances that you experienced that weren't so good, like finally dealing with them, doing the shadow work. Those different things that you put in place can help you as far as new programming. And it takes time, you know what I mean? Even though I am an energy practitioner and I help remove subconscious blocks and I help you with karmic debts or what have you, you still have to do the work by denying those things as something that pertains to you. So, for instance, if you are cleansed from certain negative habits, a certain lifestyle, right? Let's just say you have addictive behaviors and you go and you get the healing that you need to get done. You get the energetic work that needs to be done. You go and you get therapy, you go to counseling, whatever, right? It's up to you to revisit those places that you had those addictive behaviors displayed, right? Or you acted on. It's up to you to not go to certain locations or hang out with certain people because you think you good now, and so you think you can go back into those certain environments. It's like playing with fire. And really, when you are really changing, you won't even desire those things. You may go through a temptation portion. I think everyone probably go through that. Some people are able to go through experiences without not go through those experiences and do stuff like cold turkey. But an addictive behavior, it can be food, it can be people, it can be any form of toxicity. It can be you had a good habit, but you did it obsessively and it turns out negatively. Like, for instance, say for instance, a certain way of eating, right? So you're so nervous about eating properly now that you're detoxing or doing juice cleanses or fast or what have you. Now it seems like every week you're doing a juice cleanse or a juice fast. Now that ain't natural, like, to be doing that. You have to give your body a break. You have to, give your body time. Like, doing that every week of the year, like, or every day out of the year, no, that's excessive. You get what I'm saying? So that's a good habit that can turn into something that's off on the deep end, because you're not doing it in balance and in moderation, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see here. Some of you want to connect more. I'm looking at the Scorpio card. Some of you actually want to connect more, like connect with friends, have love connections, okay? Some of you are really wanting that right now. Now, I don't have any messages as far as time frames or when you should expect it to come or what have you. Again, time frames. I don't have that, but I do see the desire there that you really want to be connected with someone. Some of you actually want to be passionately connected, okay? That you desire those intimate connections, and not intimate just like in conversation and being close, but like some physical intimacy, okay? All right, and Virgo, okay, I'm seeing I analyze. Okay, so with the Virgo energy, I'm actually hearing and seeing it like, just do it, and stop thinking about it. So some of you have been planning certain things, even if it's initiating a connection, and it's just been in your head. Should I reach out? Should I message them? Is that dumb to even think about messaging them? If I were to message them, should I DM them? All of that. Get out of your head in regards to that. If you want to reach out to them, if you want to reconnect with them or connect with them, just do it. And if they reject it or they say they're not interested, hey, you tried. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you've been thinking about this connection a lot and you really feel guided to, reach out. Now, if it's a certain situation where there's a whole bunch of toxicity there, you on your own on that one, right? But if it's something like a friendship, if it's something like just like a past connection, some of you have past life connections with these people, reach out to them. You know what I mean? Reach out to them. Because you never know. It may be a time where you can actually talk to them, hash it out if you need to hash something out, or if you just wanted to say, I was just thinking about you, and just allow it to go from there. Hey, by all means, do that. Okay? I'm really getting, as a closing word of advice, again, I keep hearing not to be overconfident, okay? You assuming that it being one way and turning out to be another, like, this is not the time for you to be so resistant to how spirit is allowing things to unfold for your life, okay? This is not the time to, because I'm hearing something in regards to expectations, okay? There is a fear that is connected to expectations. So it's not a matter of you don't believe you deserve or whatever, you are worthy of anything. It's a thing where there's a fear there that it won't happen the way you want it to happen, and so you're really being controlling. Okay, even when it comes down to partnerships or connections and reaching out to those that you've lost contact with or disconnected from, don't try to control the outcome. Look, you reached out, you leave them a message. Hey, I was checking on you. I was thinking about you. I hope all is well, blase, blase, and go from there. If they don't reach out, but reach back, or they don't want to connect, you can't control that. That's that person's free will. If they do reach out, reach back, or respond, good. You know what I mean? But try not to hold on to the outcome so much. Allow spirit to let it unfold for you. You know what I mean? Allow spirit to have some form of participation. That's what they're asking. They're asking for you to allow participation. So if there are other players that want to be involved in as far as your journey, that is positively like a positive influence. They're not trying to steer you wrong. They're not gossiping. They're not negative. They're actually supportive. Allow them in your space. Like, they want to help you, like, fully evolve. You can't do this all on your own. Plain and simple. You cannot do all of this on your own. You need help. You need the support. You need the connections. Okay, you need the resources. The resources are here, they're available, but sometimes it comes through people and situations. And again, if you close yourself off to those experiences, then you won't have the missing pieces, the pieces that need to come together to make this work. Okay, however big or small this thing is for you, whether it's love, whether it's a business venture, whether it's a relocation, you're going to need support for that transit, for that transition, for that infrastructure. You're going to need the support, okay? Especially if those are people there that are placed in your life that actually want to help you, that actually want to see you win. Allow them to come in and participate, okay, in your evolution process, okay? You can't do it all on your own. I'm getting that strongly, okay? Ask for help too, because I'm seeing some of you are afraid to ask for help, okay? Don't worry about who, what, when, where, how, all that. Set the intentions. Like, spirit, look, guys, look, I really want this. I want that. But I don't know how to get there. Show me the direction that is for my highest good, that is in my best interest to do. I don't want to harm anybody. I don't want to influence anybody negatively. I don't want to mess up myself by just, operating in my ego or doing something that out of haste or out of fear. Show me the direction. Show me where I need to go. Give me a confirmation of this, that, and the third. However you communicate with your guys, but be like, it doesn't take a whole bunch of elaborate conversations or rituals for you to connect with your team. Like, your team is your team for a reason. They're assigned to you so that you can fulfill your destiny. You can fulfill your purpose. You can live out whatever you need to live out in this lifetime. Okay? They're here to support you. So even your guys, like, why be stubborn when you have an infinite amount of resources to connect to, right? So I'm really encouraging you to take heed of that. Like, please, please, please. Okay? So that's all I have for you. That's all I'm really hearing from spirit. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not, I don't need to give anything else to you. I'm hearing some really significant things, some really beautiful things want to open up for you in the springtime. Like I said earlier, I heard pregnancy in May, okay? So if you don't want that, you know what to do, right? All right? But new beginnings, like new connections, love, reconnection, rekindling, whether it's friendship or love situations, I'm seeing that it will work out for you in your best interest, okay? Spirit is not going to steer you wrong. Your intuition will not steer you wrong. Okay, your guides will not steer you wrong. Long as you set those intentions for your highest good, long as you do your protection, long as you honor the messages that you receive as far as how to operate, how to live your life, or whatnot, you'll be fine. You may not understand it all. You may not see it all. You may only see a couple of steps ahead, but trust it, okay? Honor that. The more you honor it, the more messages that will be clear, okay? Because like I said, some of you are really going to be heightened at this time as far as your gifts, okay? The more you use your spiritual muscles, the stronger they get, all right? So that's all I have for you, okay? This is Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries checking in. Again, this is the current energy, the messages that you need to know right now. All right. Be well. Take care.